So in today's video, I wanted to show how I take my Canon R5 and turn it into this cinema camera rig. So I recently used this on a shoot and it has everything from a follow focus to a monitor. We're gonna put it together and talk about it. Okay, so laid out here all in front of me are all the parts that we are gonna need to build this cinema rig. And we're gonna go over each part. And I'm also gonna put a link in the description for each part, where I got it and what it is. So we'll start with the first thing, which is the most important thing, which is my Canon R5. So this is my main shooter. This is what I use for a lot of my professional photography and videography. This is a fantastic camera. It shoots 8K, shoots 4K oversampled, which means down res from 8K. And it is just a fantastic camera, shoots C-Log 3. I love this camera. I actually just shot a short with it recently, like I said before. Next, we're gonna need a lens. This is a TT Artisan 50mm T1.05. This is a cinema lens. It is a cropped lens, so that means you do have to crop in when you're using a full frame camera, but it is a fantastic lens. It has teeth on the side for your follow focus, really smooth, no ticking, just really smooth rings, beautiful look, beautiful bokeh, and this is just, you know, for about 400 bucks, this is a quality beginner cinema lens. Even intermediate cinema lens, I enjoy it a lot. It is fantastic, and this is the lens we'll be using today. So we need a rig, and this is the small rig, which is made by SmallRig, and this is specifically made for the Canon R5. They have them for a lot of different cameras, but this one specifically is for the R5. Under that, we'll have a base plate that's gonna help us attach this base plate that has rods on it. These rods are also by SmallRig. I believe this is also made by SmallRig. And this will allow us to attach our follow focus on here for the lens. Over here we have a top handle. This top handle is made by SmallRig. It goes on top of the SmallRig for you to hold it like this. It also has a cold shoe for things like monitors, like we'll be using today, and lights. Also, this freaking guy, this little thing, always have Allen wrenches on you, because some of this you can use a flathead, but some of it you need to use an Allen head, and then you're in your studio and you don't have Allen keys with you and you're running around like a fucking maniac looking for it, and then you open a random box in your studio and you find one, thankfully. So always make sure you have Allen keys on you. Next, we're gonna move over to the follow focus, which is made by Tilta. This is a great solid follow focus. It has points that you can set when you set your focus. Like last night, I was shooting a video and we had one set on focus for the model and then one set on focus for the background. So this is a great smooth operating follow focus. It is manual, so you have to do it manually. It's not wireless like some you will find, but this is still a fantastic priced follow focus made by Tilta. Next, we have an HDMI to mini HDMI, because Canon thought that's what people want. So this is just a wire so I can connect my monitor to my camera. Regular HDMI to mini HDMI. Thanks, Canon. Now we have a GVM fat old battery for the monitor. These are great. I suggest buying a few because they're not super long, but they do last a while, at least about an hour straight. And they're really cheap to get. You can get like 2 plus a charger for like 40 bucks on Amazon. Again, I'll link it below. These are great batteries. You're gonna need these for your monitor. And for the monitor, I'm using an Atmos. This is just a regular Atmos 4K. This is not the one that you use external drives. This is just a basic monitor that takes the battery in the back. You actually have an SD card slot over here to add LUTs to the camera. So you can add LUTs directly to this so you can see them when you're recording, so you don't have to look and log. You can see what your project's gonna look like after you've color graded it. So this is about 400 bucks, but this is a fantastic monitor. I highly recommend it. And then lastly, we have 2 handles built by Tilta. These are to hold on the side if you wanna do like handheld camera movement. These are great. They also have spots on top for additional accessories that you can have. I have an arm that lets me, when I shoot in vertical, it gives me the option to have the monitor right there for me. So these are great. You don't need both of them, but I just like having a firm grip. These are great. So let's put this together now. So first we're gonna take our small rig cage, and you have to put this in before you put the lens on or it's not gonna work. You just slide it on in, giggity. Make sure it's in there nice and firm. That's what she said. I'm sorry, I'll stop. I will stop. And on the bottom, there is this screw that we have to screw in to make sure it's tight. Where'd the thing go? Where'd the key go? I had the key, oh, here it is. So we take the key and we just screw this in so it's nice and tight so it won't fall out when we're recording. I swear I do this all the time, I promise you. And there we go. This also has a great little benefit. This is magnetized, so you can just stick this right here and not lose it like I would. Next, we take the cap, front cap off, making sure the camera is off so we don't fuck up the sensor. We take our lens and we simply attach it. So now step one is over. We'll do the next easiest part, which is putting on the side handles. These just slide on like so. So now we have that handheld grip. Now let's put on the top grip. There's a screw. We just line up these two little points right here, and then we just simply screw it on in. Boy, who knew that building a cinema rig could sound so dirty? So now that's on there nice and tight. So now we can hold it like this for things like this, or this, or this, you know, don't do that. But now we have the top handle situated. Let's put on the bottom plate before we put on the monitor because it's just easier that way. So we flip the camera upside down and we take the bottom plate and we just simply screw it on in just like we did with the bottom plate. These are a little key, remember it's there, see? Magnetized right at your fingertips. Just make sure this is on nice and tight as well. It is. We will take this base plate. So this will let us attach this to a tripod plate or some other thing you might have. I don't know, whatever you want. I like to put the screws in just a little so that I don't have to worry about it falling off. I also lost this screw. Don't lose a screw. So I only have 3 screws. Luckily, I have 3 screws, so that's all you really need. That's the minimum amount of screws you have or to use. So don't lose all your screws. Don't lose any of your screws. Don't be like me, you know, like ADD. I probably ate it for all I know. And then we just take the Allen key in, screw it on tight. And now we have our bottom plate. So now this will fit on a tripod well. And this is also a little bit more balanced, but this also just lets us put on the next thing, which is the follow focus. I love this thing so much. It's so great. It's just so smooth. It's easier than having to deal with photography lenses where you have to like mess around with it. Though you can adapt photography lenses to work with this. They sell teeth, but like just get Cinelens. This is cheaper than most photography lenses and it's just a great look. So anyway, we want to line it up to where the teeth are and get those teeth in there nice and geared up, you know. And once we get it lined up to exactly where we want, we just tighten it. So now we have this beautiful follow focus that will help us focus this gorgeous cinema lens when we're shooting. I could do this like all day. It's just so nice. It's got such long range. It just also feels so good. Okay, so anyway, so let's now attach the last part, which is this monitor. Slide it on in, and then tighten it. We just tighten it by twisting it. I just spit all over the screen. So now it's nice and tight, and we just want to get a good viewing angle. So I'd say like, that's a good viewing angle, especially if you're gonna be, you have your director behind you, or maybe you're hand holding this with this handle. So with this handle, you might be holding it and you want to move again like this. So you have a nice curved, nice slanted slope. And again, if your director is behind you and you're holding it like this, you can see it as well as your director. Then we put this battery on in. And then we finally take our wire, you know, our frickin' HDMI to mini HDMI, and we plug it in. And what I like to do, because this is a little long, I like to wrap it once like this, snake it down under, plug that bad boy in. So it's nice, it's out of the way, it's not in the way of the focus or anything, it's just simply out of the way. If you can get a shorter one that goes just from here to here, that's probably about, it's like that much. So I don't know, that's like what, bigger? I don't know, it's fine, like that much. But that's really it. You turn the camera on and you're good to go. I mean, this is generally what I'm using on set. Again, this is great because this can attach right to a tripod and then you can just pick it up and go and move around with it. So again, all of the stuff that is on here, I've linked down below. Go check it out. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned how to put together a cinema camera and the pieces that we use. It's very simple. It looks fucking scary. Like this thing looks like a freaking like Iron Man cannon gun, but it's not. It's actually very simple to put together and it's gonna make your videos look more cinematic and just help you on gigs and on set. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Do you need any of this stuff? Do you use any of this stuff? Let me see some of your stuff, but that's it. Thanks for checking out the video and I don't know, I'll see you in the next one.